Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the American Premier League. The APL is back, so am I and so are you, and thank you for your view. Make sure you do all the good stuff, hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell, become a patron if you want to support the channel that little bit more. Always appreciated. So then, we are back with the second episode, the final episode, and in this episode I've simulated to the year 2030, and we're just going to have a look how it runs. Now, you could play it, I could sim it, play it, whatever. I think you get different outcomes because I've done a lot of testing, and there's a certain group of teams, but different teams seem to dominate in different simulations, and I quite like that. So my experience of playing this game could be completely different to your experience of playing it, but we are just going to look. I've got a list here of things I want to go through, and if you want to play it, you will be able to play it now that this episode is out. Check the description down below. You'll find lots of things down there, but you'll find a save file link for the very beginning, and you'll also find the graphics folder link. I'll talk about that later at the end of the episode. A little bit of advice for you and tips. So, thank you for returning. I've decided, by the way, actually, before I get into it, that when I do go on holiday in a couple of weeks, in about 2.5 weeks, I'm going away for a while to France. I'm going to take this with me, and I'm going to play a season, and I might even turn it into a one-off episode to let you see how I got on in America. But for now, we're going to see how the AI got on. Let's go. We're going to start the episode right here on the United States national page. You can see their world ranking has increased, and things have probably changed. They've had quite a few years now of buying some of the top players and hopefully generating some of their top players. But I just wanted to check first, because I haven't checked anything, how well have the United States been doing on a national level. Well then, they've done alright, haven't they? Nation League winners, Gold Cup winners, Nation League third place, Gold Cup winners, Nation League winners, Gold Cup winners, Nation League third place, Copa America third place. I bet Argentina and Brazil were ahead of them probably. And Gold Cup winners. I was hoping maybe for a World Cup. I bet that could happen, and maybe you'd want to be the manager of the United States and try and make that happen. I just want to check the national squad. A few of the young players. Let's have a look. Are anyone any good? Oh, Jack's pretty decent. Steve, he's all right. Pavel, not bad. Miguel, I mean, not bad. I'm guessing they're decent. The values are good. But we're going to move right on to the American Premier League and get looking at a few details. So obviously it's 2030. Quite a few seasons been played. The league has really come alive, which is great to see. This is the last league table with Atlanta United winning it, and they've done pretty well. I mean, them and Dallas. See, I've done simulations. I've never seen Dallas do well, and that shows you, different things can happen. And I like that idea. I like the idea that maybe, even though there are some elite teams maybe getting a head start financially, that my experience of this could be completely different to yours. And I can't wait to have a go. Honestly, I'm definitely going to have a go with Las Vegas in the ACL on my holidays. I might turn into a little video, like I usually do in my series, just a one-off little, here's my attempt to get Vegas in the APL, see how it does. But yeah, they're the winners. Now, of course, we're not going to go through every transfer. We can just see some of the numbers and probably see some of the names. And if I just click through, I mean, you can just see big names popping out, and I like that. I wanted it to become the best league in the world. Gabriel Jesus, the 97 million. Wow, Kai Havertz. But yeah, big money's been spent. This league's got stronger and stronger. And here we are with the awards. Like I said, I kept it pretty limited. I might add more for when the database comes out on Steam. Like I said, that won't be for a while. I might make a few tweaks. I might listen to suggestions. It gives me time to change it up a little bit. And hopefully, if I can get any info on the honours list, I can change that. Although I'm not too bothered about it, I'll be honest with you. But this is the history of the Golden Glove. We've got a Golden Boot next. Recognise anyone? Manager of the Year. Now, one thing I did notice on a few simulations, I'll show you in a sec. There's Player of the Year. Is that the Rookie of the Year, again, it doesn't always get selected. Now, there's a youth age. They don't have to play a certain percentage of games to get Rookie of the Year. Was there just no rookies? I don't get it. But yeah, that is what it is. Now, every season there's an all-star team selected, but I just thought we'd have a look at the overall all-star team. You can see some great names on there. Some names you probably don't recognise as well, probably some regens. But I love this. I love how you can do this, And the fact that he's definitely becoming the best league, competing with the Premier League. Now, you might notice Son is in that team. He's now playing for Cincinnati. Still pretty good. He's 37 years old. Now, it's just something I wanted to mention. I did play around with the tax. I think they only pay about 10% tax. I just thought I'd keep it minimum, make the league maybe more attractive. I don't actually know how much of an effect that has, but the fact that hopefully they come here, they earn their wage and pay minimal tax. I nearly went for nothing, but they've got to pay some in it. It is America. So we're going to move on to Ruben Neves just to show you his biography. So you can see, you've seen a manager, you've seen when they win stuff, it gets recorded, and it gets recorded on a history of everything, and also gets recorded on a player's biography, the competitions they've won within America. It is just that honours list. Now I thought we'd just check out Atlanta United, mainly because I give them Alex Ferguson. I'm not going to go for every team, like I said, but they have been pretty successful. Them and Dallas have won quite a lot of league titles. Although nothing will show up on the honours list. It's so annoying. I know it's a little frustrating. It's weird. But you can see like the graph that started to flesh out. And look at that. Pops out of retirement after 10 years. That's one season with another United. Wins a league. Wins the President's Cup. The two biggest trophies in America right now. And then retires after a season. Antonio Conte came in, so he must have left Vegas, because I think he's at Las Vegas at the start. He resigned, he's gone somewhere, I don't care. And now Luis Enrique is there, won 2 leagues and 3 cups. Now we're going to move on to the All-Star Shield, which is like the Super Cup or Community Shield. And I've had a bit of fun with this, with 2 of these competitions. I don't know if you've noticed. But if you shorten All-Star Shield, it spells ass. And these have been the winners ever since it started, and you know there's been a mixture, but Dallas, they are good. Next is the Independence Trophy, and again, I'm very mature for a man of my age. I pick certain words, so they made other words. So if you shorten the Independence Trophy, it spells tit. So if you win the All-Star Shield and the Independence Trophy, you get some tits and ass. But let's see who's been winning it. Dallas, of course, are the current holders, but it's been a bit of a mixture there. I quite like that. Runners up and winners. But that's it for stupid names. The President's Cup, the big one, the big domestic cup. Phoenix, well done to Phoenix. St. Louis in the final. Don't know why I'm shocked about that. And there we go. Look at Atlanta, started very well, didn't they? 4 of them back to back. Good mixture recently. I like that a lot. Here we are with the North America's Champions League. Atlanta are the current champs. By the looks of it, it's been dominated by the United States. Now, like I said in the first episode, I have really improved Mexico and Canada. I was hoping they maybe push the teams. I never thought they, it's a long shot they're ever going to win this now because of the power of the APL. But Atlanta have won 2, Seattle, Dallas, LA, Nashville. I love that. Nashville's another team I fancy, and that's what I love about this database: the names of the places, the clubs, the logos, the kits, the stadiums, but without all that rubbish of Major League Soccer. Now, this is a Leagues Cup. It starts in the 2nd season, I think. You play it over the summer, like I sort of explained in the last one. And there's all different teams from America and Mexico, but again, total domination by the Americans. And then the Campeones Cup. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Where the champions of America play the champions of Mexico. And finally, Cruz Azul, who must be amazing in Mexico, got themselves ones, beating Dallas. Look at that. After losing a million finals, they won one and then lost it the year after to them. Let's move on to the ACL, the place where I would start my save, the place I'm going to start my save. And this is the final table. It looks like Memphis finished 4th and won the playoffs. So that makes it fair, but I'm kind of hoping someone sneaked in. I love that, when you're in somewhere like that and you just sneak into the back end and then playoffs and go and win it. Kind of unfair, but it's also kind of cool. So let's check it out. Got to check this one out. So Phoenix obviously finished 5th and won. Top 4 went through. Oh, there you go. Orange County. Again, if you take over Orange County, all right, Battle Axe is your boss. Don't tell her I said that. Red Bull sneaked in, did it? Vegas, I like it. Something happened then. El Paso, so a few teams. San Antonio, look at that. If you're into Miami there, you'd be gutted. Why are you into Miami there? Wow. Of course, these are the past winners. I know you've just seen it, but you get to see it in its full glory. Lots of different names. Teams have been bouncing down that I didn't think could go down. I mean, Galaxy are rubbish in real life, but I didn't really make them rubbish on this. The fact that Red Bulls are on there as well. I love it. The mixture, I love it. Now, it may be the second tier, but there's some money. There's going to be teams with money that have been relegated. There's money in this league as well. I want the whole country to be strong. I want it to be tough to get out of. And I think it could be. So look at some of these numbers. Big numbers. They're not messing. Even in the ACL, look at that. I mean, again, you can just look and there's some names just bounce out of your top player names. Conor Gallagher there, wow. I mean, Inter Miami, they probably just got relegated. Got some money there, haven't they? I love it. You've got to have fun with it. You've got to have fun with it sometimes. If you want a true challenge, go to bloody Canada. Now, I won't go through all the awards for the ACL. I'm just going to show you the overall team. Name-wise, I know a few. But yeah, I like this, honestly. I can't wait, you know, to have a go myself, and I ain't got the time to go on holiday. But in that time, I'm so badly hoping some of you download it and play it and let me know how it's going. Because I hope you enjoy it, because it looks like it could be fun. Now, this is the FIFA Pro World 11, and it's dominated there by Man City, got Mbappe and so on. But a few boys have crept in. And if we look at this season, we've definitely got a couple of players sneaking in. But you know, these big European clubs still seem to be dominating. But again, I think if you go on and on and on, that would change and the Americans would take over the world. And if we go to the FIFA Club World Cup, we can see the Americans have started finally to take over the world. With Dallas being the world champions. Dallas. And here they are. Ruben Neves as a vice captain. I mean, fantastic stadium. It's huge. But I've not seen Dallas do well in anything. It's usually Atlanta, LAFC. I've seen Austin do very well. And a couple of others, not Dallas. So that's cheered me up, because it just shows you anything can happen, and I like that. Now, you may have noticed a few faces and a few names about, and I've not mentioned them. I'm glossing over something because basically me and 11 of my friends are in the database as players from all around the world, sort of, different places, random places. A little treat, you know, a little extra in there for me and them, and maybe you, if you can find them and sign them, because some of them have got decent minimum fees. They've all got great potential. They could all become great players. You couldn't build an 11 out of them, but it's just a little bit of fun. So how are Vegas doing? Well, they're in the championship, and I want to look at them because genuinely this is the team I'm going to be. And again, in the comments, let me know, once you get your hands on it, what team are you going to be? I just love the idea of playing and living in Vegas, that Vegas party lifestyle, and trying to make them a top team, taking on the likes of Dallas and LA, because they are big clubs to take on. So here we are on Pete Wicks' profile page. If you know who Pete Wicks is, recognise him from somewhere, I don't know where. Right, so I'm here basically to talk about the files. You'll find them down below in the description. A save file for the beginning and a graphics folder. Now, I get asked all the time when I do this. It's really simple, just download them, right? When you download the save file, it'll look like a little piece of white paper. Open up Sports Interactive, go to Football Manager 2023, look for the games folder. That's where all your saved games are stored. Just drag and drop it in there and you can play it. The graphics folder, just download it as one and chuck it in your graphics folder in the game. If you haven't got a graphics folder, just name one. Just make a new folder, name it graphics, stick it in that, and it'll work. But what you have to do, because some people don't get this, is go to preferences, uncheck that like it is, reload your skim, right, and they'll work. But then always go back in and recheck it, helps speed up the game a bit, and then reload it again, and the graphics will work. I will say though, if the database ever does get released on Steam and you download that, the graphics probably won't work, because we all have different codes for different things, different add-ons and so on. The only way these graphics will work is if you play the save file. If the database ever comes out, you're going to have to mess around with it to suit. But anyway, that's a different date and a different matter. What I wanted to do is look at Dallas's schedule to show you the schedule of a team that's pretty much playing in absolutely everything. Now you can see they started out playing because they're in the FIFA Club World Cup, so they had more football than ever this season. And you can see the League Cup starts in the summer of July, and they got themselves all the way to the South final, as you can see, and then to the League Cup final. I think there's different regions. It's quite cool, really. In between that, they've played the odd friendly because it is the summer, and the Champions League has started. Then if you come right down here, you can see the All-Star Shield starts before the league. Then the league starts. If you're in the Campeones Cup, that's going to kick in. So if you're super successful again, loads of games. But then the Champions League starts. The Independence Trophy kicks in. They got to the final and won it, as you can see, in December. So you have a bit of a break then. It's just league. Concentrate on getting through them league games all the way to February. When the President Cup starts, it's the big one, like the FA Cup and the Champions League knockout start. And that's the back end of the season. Oh, we've gone down. Back end of the season, as you can see, they must have got knocked out of that somehow. But that would go all the way to the end, and the final of the President's Cup's at the end of the season, and the final of the Champions League is at the end of the season. Tons of football, man. Should be a right graph getting through a season. Well, there we go. That is the end of episode 2. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you've enjoyed both. Check the description down below for the save file and the graphics. You'll find my Patreon link down there, my email. Get in touch by email if you want to ask me anything in detail. My Twitter's down there. Give me a follow if you want. Just let me know what you think, and let me know who you're going to be if you're going to have a go with it. Let me know how it goes as well for you. And if you notice anything, let me know, and I can make a few little tweaks and put new files out. Maybe get the database out there eventually. But honestly, thank you for watching. I've enjoyed putting it together. Part of me really thrives on it, but at times I just want my brains to explode out of my nose, my mouth, and my ears and my bum all, because it is a graft. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just hoping at least one of you actually enjoys it. So hit that thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell, become a patron. You know all that stuff by now, don't you? I'm like a freaking broken record. And I'm very much looking forward to being Las Vegas manager. And again, I think I might make a video out of it at some point when I get back and show you my little adventure in America. So yeah, thank you as always for watching. Your view is the most important thing. You take care, you stay happy, you stay safe. I am Booed. Bye bye.